Good morning students. Extremely sorry due to some technical problem. Previous video has interrupted. Again I am repeating. I was on point number 3, return on bond. Right? I will explain it again. Every bondholder gets interest at a fixed rate. Right? As he is a creditor, just like depositor and debenture holder, he is going to get interest at a fixed rate, and interest is payable in two ways: at the at the end of the financial year, or directly upon the maturity of the bond. So it is dependent upon the type of bond issued. Actually there are various types of bonds which was there in last year's syllabus, but it is now not included in current year syllabus. So let me tell you that there are various types of bonds, and depending upon the type of bond, interest is paid either at the end of the financial year or at the time of maturity of the bond. Last point is repayment of bond. Every bond is to be repaid as it is a part of borrowed capital. Every bond is to be repaid after a particular period of time, along with the principal amount plus interest, right? So every bond is to be repaid on maturity date. मैच्योरिटी डेट पे बॉन्ड होल्डर को प्रिंसिपल अमाउंट प्लस इंटरेस्ट ये रिपे किया जाएगा. सो दिस वाज द another source of borrowed capital, which is called as bond. Please go through what bond is once, then I will start the short note of ADR and GDR. Okay, please go through all the points carefully. Okay, now let's start. Last short note of today's schedule: American Depository Receipt and Global Depository Receipt. It is one of the important short notes. Before starting ADR and GDR, let me tell you that in 11th standard economics you have studied that on 24th July 1991 Indian economy has adopted a policy called as New Economic Policy, which was actually New Industrial Policy. It was declared on 24th July 1991, and three basic steps were taken to enhance the competitive strength of Indian economy, and these steps were liberalization, privatization and globalization. So due to globalization, when Indian companies are now allowed to enter into foreign capital markets, and foreign companies are allowed to enter into Indian capital markets, there was a need of ADR and GDR. Basically, there was a need of ADR and GDR due to differences in currencies. Every country has got its own currency. So if any Indian citizen wants to invest some money in a foreign company, or a foreign citizen wants to invest his fund in Indian company, there are some problems due to that exchange rate and differences in currencies. So this particular set of problem has been removed due to the concept of ADR and GDR. अब हम लोग पढ़ेंगे कि ADR GDR होता क्या है, राइट? मैं लाइन टू लाइन ये शॉर्ट नोट तुम लोगों को पढ़ के सुनाता हूँ, बिकॉज इट इज़ अ डिफिकल्ट शॉर्ट नोट. पढ़ते हैं हम लोग शुरू से. In India, the shares of public limited company are listed and traded on various stock exchanges like Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange, etc. This you know that you have studied in 11th standard. After listing your joint stock company with a reputed stock exchange, you are free to sell your shares in that particular stock exchange or through entire country. When economic policy is adopted after globalization, some Indian companies also started listing their shares on foreign exchanges such as New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ, that is National Association of Securities Dealers Automated Quotation. So if you want to list your share on these foreign stock exchanges, then the company must have to fulfill certain policies, certain rules, certain regulations given by these stock exchanges. Now, every policy of every stock exchange is different, right? Bombay Stock Exchange policies and National Stock Exchange policies are different. NYSE and NASDAQ policies are different. So, Indian stock exchanges are different in case of policies from other stock exchanges, or I can say that stock exchanges of other countries. So if any Indian company want to list its shares in a foreign stock exchange, firstly it must have to get registered itself in a foreign stock exchange through ADR and GDR, that is American Depository Receipt and Global Depository Receipts. Now, what ADR and GDR means? ADR and GDR are the dollar or euro dominated instruments traded in USA and in Europe stock exchanges. It is a dollar dominated instruments. मतलब इंस्ट्रूमेंट दैट इज इंस्ट्रूमेंट. अब अगर तुम लोगों ने बीके पढ़ा होगा तो उसमें तुम लोगों ने पढ़ा होगा कि बिल ऑफ एक्सचेंज इज अ निगोशिएबल इंस्ट्रूमेंट. यहाँ पे इंस्ट्रूमेंट का मतलब होता है टाइप ऑफ कमर्शियल पेपर, टाइप ऑफ सिक्योरिटी ट्रेडेड. Why it is called as dollar dominated? Because it is expressed in terms of dollars. It is not, share certificates in India are expressed in terms of rupees, but in USA and Europe stock exchanges these instruments are expressed in terms of dollars or euros, right, according to their currency. So if any Indian company want to issue its shares in the foreign country, then it will have to first issue its shares to an intermediary. Intermediary का मतलब होता है agent, which is called as depository. And these depositories are various banks and financial institutions from the foreign countries. This depository or this bank issues, here you can say, this particular depository banks issues ADR and GDR to various investors अगेंस्ट दिस शेयर्स. मैं तुम लोगों को थोड़ा सा सिंप्लीफाई करके समझाता हूँ. मतलब इफ एनी इंडियन कंपनी वांट टू सेल इट्स शेयर्स टू अ फॉरेन सिटीजन, देन इंडियन कंपनी विल गिव शेयर सर्टिफिकेट टू दिस पर्टिकुलर डिपॉजिटरी और अ डिपॉजिटरी बैंक. डिपॉजिटरी बैंक और डिपॉजिटरी विल एक्सेप्ट शेयर सर्टिफिकेट फॉर अ शेयर होल्डर इन अ फॉरेन कंट्री and it will issue ADR or GDR in exchange of or in place of that particular share certificate, because share certificate issued by Indian companies are expressed in terms of rupees and they are foreign citizens. They don't recognize rupees as a currency. They are foreign countries citizens, so they are going to use their currency, say dollar or euros or yen or whatever. So the ADR or GDR is represent the fixed number of shares. Here you can say it represents the fixed number of shares, and then these ADRs and GDRs are sold to the people in the foreign country. फिर से एक बार बताता हूँ. Indian company will issue share certificate to the depository. Depository will withhold that particular share certificate, and instead of issuing share certificate to foreign citizen, it will issue ADR or GDR, because ADR and GDR can be easily traded in the foreign countries like regular shares if they are listed on the foreign stock exchanges, right? Just like shares in Indian share market, the price of the particular share is dependent upon demand for and supply of that shares. Now both the ADR and GDR are depository receipts. अगर तुम लोगों ने देखा होगा American Depository Receipts, Global Depository Receipts, है ना? So both of them are depository receipts. The only difference is due to its location. If any depository receipt is traded in United States of America, then it is called as ADR. And if any depository receipt is traded in a country except United States of America, then it is called as global depository receipt. याद रखने के लिए बहुत आसान है, अगर कोई डिपॉजिटरी रिसीट का ट्रेडिंग होता है अमेरिका में तो उसको ADR बोला जाएगा, और अमेरिका के अलावा किसी भी देश के स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में अगर उसका ट्रेडिंग हुआ तो उसको GDR बोला जाएगा. अब जो NRI लोग होते हैं, नॉन रेसिडेंट इंडियंस, और अ फॉरेन नेशनल मतलब अ फॉरेन सिटीजन, इफ ही वांट्स टू इन्वेस्ट हिज मनी इन इंडिया, he can invest by purchasing ADR or GDR, and they can buy ADR or GDR through the depositories. Pay attention, there are three parties. First party is Indian company, third party is a foreign national, and intermediary between Indian company and foreign national is a depositor. So a foreign citizen cannot directly purchase share from an Indian company. He will have to purchase it from the depository, and the depository will issue ADR and GDR to the foreign citizen or a foreign national. So they can buy ADR and GDR using their regular equity trading account in the foreign country. मतलब जो ऑनलाइन अकाउंट, जो डीमैट अकाउंट वो लोग वहाँ पर ऑपरेट करते हैं, उसको लेके वो मतलब वहाँ के शेयर्स खरीद सकते हैं इन द फॉर्म ऑफ ADR एंड GDR. Now the company pays dividend in the home currency, मतलब इंडियन company will pay dividend in rupees. The depository will collect dividend in the form of rupees, and it will convert it into form of dollars, and the same currency, that is dollar, will be given to the investor in the foreign country. So the investor in the foreign country is going to get dividend in the form of dollar or euro or whatever his currency may be, right? The exchanges on which GDR is traded are as follows. Some names are given. You are supposed to write at least 2 names. Easy नाम याद रखने के लिए I will recommend London Stock Exchange, Singapore Stock Exchange and Hong Kong Stock Exchanges. So this was the short note of ADR and GDR. Now pay attention. एक छोटा सा काम मैं तुम लोगों को दे रहा हूँ. ये जो टॉपिक तुम लोग पढ़ रहे हो यहाँ पे, अभी तुम लोग देख रहे हो कमर्शियल बैंक्स, लोन फ्रॉम कमर्शियल बैंक, सेम टॉपिक you are going to study in economics, right? That is in a lesson called as commercial banking. Same topic is there in economics. So at that time I will explain you this particular, every short note, overdraft, cash credit, discounting of bill of exchanges, cash loans, every short note you are going to have in economics. So we are going to study it in economics, and these particular topics, that is financial institution, loans from the financial institutions, and second part is trade credit. So these two short notes are these two questions are there for 1 or 2 mark questions. So for the first time I am giving you some sort of homework, that you please go through this particular short notes, that is loans from financial institutions and this short note of trade credit. If you have any doubt, as I said earlier, you are free to ask me. तुम लोग मुझे कॉल कर सकते हो, तुम लोग मुझे व्हाट्सएप कर सकते हो, उसमें मुझे कोई दिक्कत नहीं. आई एम हियर टू सॉल्व योर डाउट्स. अगर मुझे बहुत सारे लोगों ने रिप्लाई दिया कि नो सर, आई हैव नॉट अंडरस्टूड द शॉर्ट नोट ऑफ ट्रेड क्रेडिट, then in my next lecture I will definitely explain the entire short note. So if you will read it and if you will understand it, we can say that we have completed entire lesson number 2. आज हम लोगों का लेसन नंबर 2 यहाँ पे आके पूरा हो गया. ये डिस्टिंग्विश तुम लोगों को लिखने हैं सभी के सभी, जो तुम लोगों को असाइनमेंट के लिए नोटबुक हम लोगों ने बोली थी बनाने के लिए, उसमें ये दोनों तीनों जितने भी डिस्टिंग्विश है, इक्विटी शेयर का, प्रेफरेंस शेयर का, उसके बाद ओन्ड कैपिटल और बोरोड कैपिटल का, फिर शेयर और डिवेंचर का, जितने भी डिस्टिंग्विश है लिख लो, राइट? एज आई सेड अर्लियर, देयर इज नो नीड टू ड्रॉ दिस पर्टिकुलर 3 कॉलम्स फॉर डिस्टिंग्विश, है ना? हम लोग डिस्टिंग्विश कैसे लिखते हैं? वी प्रिपेयर 2 कॉलम्स, ओन्ड कैपिटल एंड बोरोड कैपिटल, और ये जो पॉइंट है वो हम लोग यहाँ पे लिखते हैं इस पर्टिकुलर लाइन के बीच में. आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू इन 11th स्टैंडर्ड. So do not make 3 columns, it will consume space. Just prepare 2 columns and try to give heading to at the center of this particular line. Okay, so today we have successfully completed lesson number 2. I once again wish you happy 74th Independence Day. As Arun sir, Gupta sir has already told you that he is going to teach you odd number of lessons, that is 1, 3, 5, 7, and I am going to teach you even number of lessons, that is 2, 4, 6. So as I have completed lesson number 2 today, in my next lecture I will start with lesson number 4. Okay, फिर से एक बार सब लोगों को 74th इंडिपेंडेंस डे की शुभकामनाएं। अगर तुम लोगों को इसमें कोई भी डाउट रहेगा, एज आई सेड अर्लियर, तुम लोग मुझे व्हाट्सएप करो, कॉल करो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। डू नॉट कंटिन्यू योर डाउट्स। ओके, सी यू, बाय।